in this part of the video we're going to install the scale onto the lathe cross slide. The cross slide is always more difficult to do than the longitudinal scale because there's things in the way. When they designed this lathe, these just weren't available for the sort of money that they are now. In fact, they probably weren't available at all. Ideally, the scale wants to go across there like that. Problem is, we've got things in the road. There's a bolt there, that's a carriage lock bolt. That's important to use that all the time. There's an oil nipple there. That simply oils the slide. That's not important. I could do away with that. The compound slide pivots across there for taper turning, so we can't go above the height of that. What I was going to do, I was going to mount the lathe, mount it across there, and have it poking out the back of the lathe, which I don't like. I've seen some where the whole scale sticks out the back, and when you move the cross slide across, the scale actually hits the splash guard. Not good. So what I think I'm going to do is, I'm going to take that oil nipple out. I'm going to reduce the height of that bolt a little bit, probably 30 or 40 thou. It's still got a full spanner on it. This is actually a back plate that the scale fastens onto, and I'm going to mount that there. The two bolts in it, one bolt there, and I'll drill it and put another bolt in there, and then the scale itself will mount on top of that. That's going to be below the height of there, so our compound slide will still spin. I can still get a spanner on there. I can still get my Allen key in there to lock the cross slide. So that will be onto there, and then the scale will go on like that. The scale will go on, which means I can mount the reed head directly onto there, so the scale will be moving and the reed head will be stopping still. Otherwise it means the reed head's out the back of there in no man's land, which is not a good idea. It's important that you get this right, because you don't want to start drilling holes in your lathe unnecessarily. I've actually seen some scales mounted down the front of here. That's not a good idea when you've got the chuck there. So I think what I'll do is I'll try and get that nipple out first and then go from there. There's actually an aluminium cover goes over the top of there. I might either make a new cover or modify it, so I can also get a fastening on the back here as well. I'm going to take a little bit off the head of this nut. Head of this bolt rather. There's still plenty of meat there to get a spanner onto. And that drops the scale down quite a bit below there, as long as we've got enough clearance under there to get the spanner on, and there's plenty of clearance for the compound slide to move. That's where it's going to go. Just leave enough room so I can get the Allen key into that bolt there. We'll drill a hole in there for a 5mm cap head. Counter bolt the same as that one. First thing we need to do is find the centre of the bar. Zero y-axis at that. Kick off there. Going to read at 28.135. So half of 28.135 is 14.05. .055, that's good enough. It even looks like it's in the middle. We want to mount the hole just past that hole there. That's the hole, the threaded hole that the scale fits into. Need to count our board for a depth of 6.5mm. 0 at the Z-axis. That's nice. I want no rags on there. I want a nice flat face for the scale to mount onto. That's all it takes. That's a bolt down there. So we'll get this mounted onto the lathe cross slide and get a hole drilled in top for that one. Right, I've got the scale backing bar clamped into place where it's going to go. I can still get in with my Allen key in there if I need to. It's down low enough so I can still get the splash guard on top of it, and the compound slide can still spin around and clear it. That bolt is actually turned up out of the hole, so that's going to go down, so there's enough clearance on there to loosen that off and tighten it up. In fact, I could actually go down very slightly more. No, I think I'll leave it at that. That looks pretty good. Right, we'll mark this one with a transfer punch. Right, there's one mark. So we can drill and tap that one 5mm. What we'll do, we'll clamp our drilling jig on, just the same as we did for the long scale on the back. I've slid the lathe tailstock off and I've moved the carriage so everything's in the centre of the lathe and the centre of the ways, so I've got room to get in and room to work. We've got that lined up with our pop mark, so now I want this drilling. Before I drill it, I'm going to mark the depth on here, how far I want to drill it. Probably 13mm of thread will be more than enough in there, and I've got plenty of room to get 13mm of thread in before it hits the gib strip inside of there. So what I'll do, I'll put a little bit of tape around there just to act as a reference so I know when I'm in deep enough. Right, everything's set up. I've got a little bit of tape on there so I know when I get down to the tape I'm drilled deep enough. Right, that's down to full depth. Now I want my 5mm tap putting in. We'll use the same guide, exactly the same as I did in the back of the lathe, to make sure the tap tool is in nice and straight. This cast iron here is way tougher than the cast iron was on the back of the bed. The 5mm plug tap in now, just to clean the threads out right down to the bottom of the hole. I was going to remove the oil nipple. I can't get it out, it hasn't got a hex on. I think it's actually been punched in, driven in. It is sticking proud, so what I'll do, I'll just machine a little groove in the back plate to clear that. That looks good. You know, that hole going in the end. In fact, that one there would probably just utilise that one there that's already done. I'll put a clog gauge on here and make sure it's lying true. And there is plenty of clearance for the cross slide to miss the cover, albeit just, but there is enough clearance. I've got a clock gauge set up so I can make sure that that's lying perfectly level, so I can spot that hole there. Zero the gauge. Wind it this way, you can see it's going up. And then it wants to go down slightly. Right, 0. Still going up very, very slightly. There is tolerance on this hole I'm going to drill. Still high. We could have it now. Right. Yeah, it's not moving. Maybe half a thou of that length there. So I can quite happily pop through there, or transfer punch, drill and tap that one, and then those two mountains are going to probably be enough to hold it, but I think I will fabricate a new cover for the back of here and put a support at this end as well. See, there's a little bit of tolerance on that back hole. The front hole's a really good fit. Tighten the front one up and set it up with that little bit of clearance on the back one. Right, we've got our crock gauge set up. Both these bolts are tightened right up. That's within 1.5 a couple of thou at that distance, which is nothing. Well within the tolerances. This will be coming off again, so we'll be able to probably get it absolutely spot on.